Well, hello there, you beautiful people. I thought I'd go live and chat about all the things that have been going on in the world of Manchester City. And of course, I wanted just to put this beautiful shirt on video. Look at it, man. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm a fan. The new Manchester City 2022-2023 home kit. I did a review, of course, over on my channel, as I always do. I love doing a big old shirt review. I just like talking about football shirts. And this, to me, is absolutely glorious. It's wonderful stuff. There is a full review on my channel. Of course, you can go and open that another tab for when this live video is done. But this is a nice kit, lads. It really is. I mean, I have to kind of move the mic out of the way because, I mean, it gets in the way. But look at that. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. And I am a very big fan. So go check out my whole review. And also advise every single one of you to go and please download OneFootball. Check out the app. It's brilliant. Over 10 million people have used it. And you can get all your football updates in one little handy place. Scan that QR code right there. Or click the link in the description. Get closer to football. Every team, every player, every single goal. All the stats and information. Help support my channel as well, which is really useful. So download it right now. Scan the QR code there. Click the link. Get your Manchester City updates for all the transfer gossip, and don't miss out on a basically big breaking news story. So download OneFootball. It's wonderful, I promise you. What are you waiting for? Nothing. So I want to talk about a few things. I wanted to talk about initially, Raheem just said he went and got the kit because I tweeted about it. Look, I'm gonna say Puma. I'm gonna say, look, you know, I'm an alright looking fella. I'm not saying I'm not John Stones or anything like that, but I'm a decent looking fella. If you want a fan to model the kit, you know, I'm just saying, you know, I charge a good rate. I'd do it for free, obviously. I'd do it for just give me a kit, that'll do, you know. I'm right here, Puma. I'm right here, you know. So give me a shout, and I'll be there, you know, and I'll help sell some shirts, hopefully. I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, and Chris is right. Puma heard Baby McInerney was on the way, so it's made the best kit I'd have in years. This is going to be mine and Nicola's little child's first ever Man City kit, and it's a beaut, so I'm very happy about that. So this is the normal version, not the authentic one. As you can see by the collar, it does widen. So where is it? That side there. It's hard to tell, but it does widen a little bit at the top, but nowhere near as much as the legit one does, if that makes sense. So it gets a little bit wider as it goes out, but only towards the back, and it's really hard to say, but I love it, man. I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful kit, and I'm very happy. But the big news, of course, today is about Kyle Walker and John Stones being available potentially. Like, my God, how exciting is that potential news? I mean, that is a game changer. It's it's a game changer. Like, that changes everything. Let's get the likes up for John Stones and Kyle Walker. Now, the news broke today that both John Stones and Kyle Walker are back in training. John Stones and Kyle Walker are back in training. I mean, to me, that is pretty much as good as it gets. Those are the two players that I want back. Of course, I want Diaz back. But if those two come back, oh, that's good. That is really, really good, isn't it? It's incredible. Super chat here from Jake. I'm not sure what the context is, but Jake said, "Hey Steve, just to message to let all City fans know, if you see a Twitter account City trying to sell his Twitter account, it's a scam. Much love." Okay, so don't be buying any accounts basically City related. There could be a scam going on. I don't know if that's true or not from Jake, but be cautious. So Jake, cheers for the heads up. Always worth paying attention to these things just in case, you know. You don't want to get scammed, do you? Right, cheers, Jake. But back to, obviously, the other stuff. Jake, big love, mate. Yeah, like, this is... this is wonderful news. I mean, my nerves were based on having a poor defence. I'm not nervous about the scoring. I'm not... by the way, the stripes are a maroon colour, which is a very Man City colour. They're not brown. They are... the maroon burgundy kind of colour, which is a very Man City kind of colour. But I am not nervous about us scoring a goal. I think we will score. Of course, there's a chance that we might not. But it was always the little nerve that they get a goal on the counter or something like that. Cheers, Alster, mate. Cheers. And there's always a risk that on the break, you know, something like Ollie Watkins or something like that, or Danny Ings does something. I don't know. There's always that slight fear, isn't there? Like that they could do something. But the thing is... the difference having someone like Kyle Walker makes to Manchester City's defence is transformational. Kyle Walker is possibly the best counter-attacking defender in world football. A physical freak. John Stones, to me, is our second probably fastest defender. He's at least tied with Ake, I would say. John Stones is an absolute behemoth. You know, I obviously love Fernandinho, but he can't really step to John Stones, can he, defensively as a centre-back. So Walker and Kyle Stones being back, that's just momentous stuff, man. That's a game-changing bunch of decisions there, you know. They are two of our very best players defensively, and like that makes me feel so good. I don't know if they will be. I don't know if they'll actually make it or not, but they were in training today. There was photos of them today looking very healthy, looking very good. Does it worry me that Walker may be rushed back again? Well, I'll tell you what, man. It's the last game of the season. Like, we've got 3 months off after this. I'm sure Kyle Walker probably wants to be involved. If he wasn't, like, close to playing, he won't play. So, I mean, look, if he gets injured for 2 months, he has to sit out, I could take it. He might not like it because he'd be on the beach somewhere in a brace, but I understand the logic. I understand potentially bringing him back. Like, for me, Kyle Walker is just... He's ridiculous, man. He's ridiculous. John Stones... also ridiculous. And yeah, that's what it goes. Everyone's loving the kit, by the way. The shirt isn't personalised. I don't get names on the back really anymore. I just don't. It's not. I've kind of personally kind of grown out of it. I know a lot of people do it at any age, but for me, I did it a little bit when I was younger, but I've never really been on names on the back kind of thing. Like, just how it is. I don't like nailing my colours to one player, I just like a blank shirt at the back. But yeah, the players need to be calm and confident. I mean, good afternoon, Stephen Browning. But yeah, to me, it's just like, I don't know. They are crucial. Now, being fit and being available to play is very different. For what it's worth, I can imagine, I am tempted by Haaland 9, by the way, in the comments. Haaland 9 is tempting. But maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I am tempted by the idea of just throwing him into this game. Like, Guardiola and the players, they'll know that their adrenaline will get through. If they are fit, they will play. I think they will do. I think one of them will anyway. One of them will play if they are fit. I don't know if you'll play both because you might think, too rusty or whatever. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see Stones and Walker in the back line. And all of a sudden you've got Stones, Walker, Laporte and Cancelo. I don't know. That's just good, isn't it? That's good. It's a really strong team. So the news is it looks very promising. Of course, I've not done any videos yet about Kalvin Phillips and Marc Cucurella. I've been so busy, so much going on. I'll do my very quick fire thoughts on those. Kalvin Phillips, he's a good player. Is he a great player? No. Do a lot of great players become great under Guardiola? They often do. Someone put it very succinctly online when I saw someone said, I like Phillips, he's a busy cunt. He's tenacious, he understands where to be, he works hard, and he's useful. And I actually agree with that. He is a busy guy. He gets about the pitch, and there's something to be said for that. He isn't a superstar right now, and I actually think his level would go up quite a lot. I think he actually would go up quite a lot if Guardiola got hold of him. He's got a decent little bit of turn of pace. He's not lightning quick, but I would say he's probably slightly quicker than Rodri. And I think he'd be all right, man. I think he'd be good. Like, you got to bear in mind, if they go down Leeds as well, it'd be like 25 million or something like that, because he's got a release fee clause or something like that, apparently. So it would be a bit of a bargain. I know he's not exciting. We all want Tchouameni or something like that, or, Nunes, something a bit more exciting, but... you don't always need an exciting player. Sometimes, you know what someone said, he's a pair of socks at Christmas. You can't really get excited about a pair of socks, but sometimes you really do need a pair of socks. Like, I got to the age now where I'm bored of my socks ripping, man. I do crave socks sometimes, and like a good pair of socks is Kalvin Phillips is a good pair of socks. Scott Denemy, my friend, who says with a super chat, I'm Fascio getting a Haaland. A defo? Sure. I don't know what it means. Getting a Haaland 9 of the home kit. Looks amazing. I think they'll play it the last game of the season, to be honest. Plenty of time to recover after. I actually don't think they'll play. Oh, yeah, sorry. Or to play the kit. I was confused then. Yeah, I don't think they're going to use the kit on the last day of the season, by the way. I'm not sure you meant that. But yeah, I think you mean about Walker and Stones playing. But yeah, I don't think the kit's going to be used on the last day of the season. In my opinion, it shouldn't be either, by the way, because I don't think it ever. I think you just save it for next year. Don't taint it. You know what I mean? Imagine if we did fuck it up. We won't do, in my opinion. But if we did, this kit would be cursed. It could be cursed straight away. Who wants that, man? I don't want that. But you're right, Scott. Haaland 9 would be wonderful. And I think they'll play as well. Well, at least one of them will play. Plenty of time to recover afterwards. Scott, you're a legend, pal. Absolutely. I would love it, mate. I would love it if they're available. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Kalvin Phillips anyway. I think he's a decent player. A lot of people are asking, by the way, about the size of this kit. So this is just the standard version. It's not like the footballers version where it's tight. It feels normal, man. Look at it. Like, it's just a normal fitting shirt, man. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's a size large for me. Like, I am a large and stuff. I used to be a medium. I got a bit older. You know, you grow a bit bigger. So I'm about 13 stone, 5'10", something like that. You know. So yeah, that's it. You know, I'm a normal sized guy. There you go. That's it. It's so I'm a large, and that I've always been a large in shirts. Sometimes, like, you know, there we go. That's the size for me. So there's your reference point. So that's what it is. But basically, I mean, for me, Kalvin Phillips he'd be okay. He'd be a decent signing. I like the idea of Cucurella, Marc Cucurella. Like, I wasn't sure what to make of it a lot, but I've done a lot of research since, as we all do, and obviously I had some decent impressions that he was all right. I wasn't sure how good he was, but the more I looked into it, the more I realised he's a really good fullback, man. He's a really good fullback, and statistically he's excellent. Like, going forward, he's really smart and intelligent. He creates so many chances. I think let me just find the stats once again that I saw that really pushed me towards being like a fan of him. 1 second, I'm just trying to read him again. Where are the stats? Here we go. So, most chances created from open play by fullbacks. It's Alexander-Arnold at 47. Then Cucurella's joint second with Andy Robertson. So he creates chances at the level of Liverpool's fullbacks. And the most tackles made by fullbacks in the Premier League this season. He's the third highest tackles made as well. Tyreek Mitchell on 98, and he's in third on 91. So statistically, he's really good. So he's a good ball carrier. He creates loads of chances, and defensively makes loads of challenges. So yeah. He's faster than you think as well, apparently, according to Joe H. He looks quality, man. Like, obviously, he's got that La Masia heritage as well in terms of, like, obviously, you know, he's a former Barcelona player. Guardiola will love that. He'll be cheap enough that we can afford him. I like it. I like it. Griffin's saying there's some news, not breaking news, but interesting. What's going on, mate? Let me have a look. What's going on? Apparently, this is interesting. Pogba, according to, that's interesting. Some very reliable people, Paul Hurst and Paul Ballouse, two very, very. This is breaking news. Yes, I'll jump over to the tweets. 1 second. Let me get over to the aggregators. Hang on, guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit runny nose today. I apologise if there's any sniffles. I think it might even be hay fever. So I'll jump over here to the aggregators. 1 sec. I'll bring it up on screen. Let me just get this on screen. There we go. So here we go. Paul Pogba apparently agreed terms with Man City, but turned down a move. He was concerned about the backlash from United fans. Pogba felt his life in the Northwest was becoming unbearable because of the inevitable negative reaction to a move. That's interesting. City were willing to meet Pogba's demands and give him the chance to compete for first place in the Guardiola. But the player told City 2 weeks ago he'd be moving abroad instead. That's fascinating. And to be honest, it isn't really surprising, is it? If I was him, I wouldn't do it either. I wouldn't do it. As funny as it would be, imagine every single time he went out to a restaurant or just went to get a coffee or whatever. It'd be a nightmare. There'd be some knobhead somewhere who would have said something stupid to him. I don't blame him in the slightest. Like, it's just a load of nonsense. So that's interesting. That's very interesting, and I don't blame him at all. Like, I can't even begin to imagine how stressful that would have been. It was close. That doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. You know, Pogba, Guardiola would have done some very good things with him. So that's really interesting. Kieran reckons we dodged a bullet. Maybe we did, man. Maybe we did. Maybe Pogba and Guardiola wouldn't have mixed anyway, says Jamie. Maybe, man. Either way, I think this is going to be a really busy summer. I'm getting the impression that City mean business this year. You know, they're going to sign a bunch of players. A few players are going to leave, of course. It's interesting. So much going on. You can't really go offline for a day or two at the moment without something happening. Be it a new kit, players back from injury, players being linked, then unlinked, then new players linked. Like, we're in an era now where things are going to be changing quite a bit, and I'm quite looking forward to it. Look, how is everyone feeling about, of course, the game on Sunday? To me, if Walker and Stones about that means that's just an awful lot, man. It's an awful lot. Danny's gone for number 47. You got for Phil Foden in the back. Nice. I got really sniffly all of a sudden. I apologise. I need to go and blow my nose somewhere. I might run to the toilet and blow my nose because it's driving me mad. Can you all just hold on for a second? 1 second. I'll be back in a second. Hang on. Stay there. Stay. keep hanging around. Sometimes you gotta do that, man. You gotta do that. I'm back. It's okay. I just needed to, blow my nose. I think there's a bit of hay for kicking on. So you can only choose one to start, Walker or Stones, says Alfie. I mean, one to start the weekend? Oh, who would everyone choose if you could start one of them? I'll put a poll. There you go. The poll's coming up. See, in my opinion, it's really difficult, that. It's really difficult. Because I reckon, I don't even know. I'm never going to do a C, Jamie. I cannot stand that. So would never be doing that. I'd probably say Stones. Or would I say Kyle Walker? I think it's the centre-back cover I want. Yeah, Griffin's raised the point. Walker, if Ake's going to start. But yeah, if Ake's available to start, though, I'm not sure he will do. It's really, really hard to choose. I mean, look, Kyle Walker the other day seems pretty confident. Not confident, but he was talking quite openly about the idea of his season not being over, which I quite admired that. So he was... he obviously has a bit of a idea that he could be available. So we could look for they both could be back, man. They both could be back in time, which would be stupid. Like for me, I also think we have to be really honest about how big a game this is. And what I mean by that is I don't think we should be anywhere nervous as we are. I could be wrong, and you got every right to feel a bit anxious, but like I am not terrified for this game. I think it's because I just trust them. Every time we get a game like this on the final day of the season, we get it right, you know? I also don't really think... Let's just judge Aston Villa tonight as well. I've got a feeling Aston Villa are going to play a strong team tonight, you know? Like, tonight, obviously, they've got Burnley at home. Like, just I can just see them playing a stronger team. Because if Aston Villa, if they potentially win today, they'll be on 47 points tonight. That would jump him up 3 places in the Premier League table. Now, I'm not sure if how it works. The higher you are in the Premier League table, the more kind of money you get. So it could be that they jump up to around mid-table-ish and get a little bit more money. And look, they're going to play 2 different teams. It'll be interesting to see if they play the stronger team tonight, because if so, some players will definitely be rested against us. It's just how it's going to be. Not rested, just taking the time off. I think Gerrard will care. I'm not convinced the players will care for what it's worth. I think we're probably overthinking this narrative a little bit. I'm sure the players will go, "Oh, we'll try and do it for you, boss," but they don't care enough emotionally. Like, you can't make the players care about something that you personally care about. The only way you can get the players to buy into it is if they care too. Does that make sense? I'm sure they will try for a little bit, but they don't. Ultimately, they're not going to give a shit too much about what Gerrard thinks. Coutinho definitely will, of course, but like, I don't think they're not going to be, throwing their bodies on the line in the last game of the season when their season's over, is it? Like, why would they? Why would they? It doesn't seem to make sense to me. Like, I don't know. So I'm not convinced about this narrative. They're a good side, so there is an element of that. But I don't think it's anything to worry about in terms of what they can, like, their motivation, if that makes sense. I think we're probably overthinking that a little bit too much. You also got to bear in mind, Man City's motivation is vastly higher than Aston Villa's, and Man City are at home, and Man City are a vastly better side than Aston Villa. So when it comes to motivation, no one has got better motivation than Manchester City for this game. And, Aston Villa haven't got really much to play for. So I think there's an element of that, man. Do it the subscribe button, do it the like button, by the way. Everyone's still talking about the shirt still, by the way. It's obviously a beautiful shirt. I mean, I love it, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this shirt. So, in terms of the poll, how's it going? Everyone's chosen John Stones. Well, 2/3 of you have chosen John Stones. 64% have gone for Kyle Walker. 36% have gone for John Stones. So, Kyle Walker, Kyle Walker's winning out there. There we go. Like, that'll end it there. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I can see idea. I mean, maybe both, man. Maybe both. Would you take Kalvin Phillips? Yeah, I actually probably would, Sean. I don't think he's an exciting signing. As someone else said, people compared him to a pair of socks. So sometimes you need a pair of socks, Like, he's reliable. He's a good footballer, like, I would take it. Would Haaland be there? Alec, I don't know, mate. Alex, like, Haaland might be there. I don't know. If Haaland's there, it won't be unveiling, I don't think. He'll be there as a guest. sat in the stands, not on the pitch. I'd be very surprised if Guardiola wants any form of show or any form of taking the eye off this season from the fans or the players or anyone. Guardiola will not want Haaland introduced before the game, so I reckon he'll be there. He'll be just sat in the stands if he is there. So I don't know who the referees are. Like, just Google it, mate. You have to Google it. Someone keeps asking who the referee is. Just Google it, man. I have no idea. But I'm not sure if he'll be there for that reason. I don't think we're going to see Haaland in any form of City media or content or anything like that until July. Yeah, until July. That's it. I think it'll be when the contract's actually signed officially. Like, I don't think you can officially sign yet. So yeah. Sorry, a bit sniffy still. Alfster is really happy about Phillips. Go on, mate. Elaborate a little bit more. Alfster said, I'll be excited about Phillips. Though honestly, as someone who watches him pretty much every week, he's brilliant. I think he's probably better than we realise. I think there's an element of a lack of spiciness or, emotion to it. I wouldn't be surprised if we're signing a very good player potentially. Like, I'm aware not every signing is glamorous, and I do like a glamorous signing too, but I'm also aware some players probably have another level in them that they don't necessarily reach until they get a manager of Guardiola's quality. We all say he's only decent now, but it's about where he could go. I know it sounds really trite as well, but I do sort of just trust Guardiola and Cheeky. Like, they don't really miss, to be honest. Like, I know that sounds really, really kind of like a bit on the fence, but I don't know. I just feel like it's sort of true. Like, I think it's sort of true that, some players do genuinely just develop under the best manager. I think they do have a good eye for a player would suit it, Alfster said he's a lot more flary than people realise. He's a lot more glamorous than he gets credit for. He can generally become the best in the world. Wow, Alfster, that's a huge shout, man. Better than Rodri? That's a big shout. Blue would like Phillips too. The thing is as well, the thing about people like Phillips is that I think he'd be very willing to come in and be the backup. It's very hard to get someone, for one, he's homegrown, which is really useful too, but someone to come in and be the backup player and sit there and learn. Look, he would do that. And I think he would go up another level too. We'll see. I'm not excited by it, but do I think it'd be decent? Yeah, I think he would. Do I think he's better than Fernandinho is now? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Big Johnny, there we go. Look, if he was called, Calvinio Felipe. Breaking news: Manchester City are after Italian wonder kid Calvinio Felipe, the 26-year-old who plays for Bologna in Serie A. He's a wonderful player, a gifted man with flamboyant hair, and they call him the next Pirlo. There we go. All of a sudden, we're all quite excited, aren't we? You know what I mean? How old is he, Kalvin Phillips? I think he's 26. So is he 26? He's 26, yeah. That's quite exciting. I want Calvinio Felipe, Big Johnny. Like, get him in, man. I want him signed. He sounds exciting, Lauren Cortez saying Cucurella's my guy. Love him. Yeah, like Cucurella. Yeah, he seems really exciting. Like, Cucurella is very exciting. I can't deny that. I like the idea of Cucurella. I think he's a very, very good player. The next Gareth Barry doesn't have the same ring to it. Gareth Barry was fucking brilliant. Like, I know some of you are probably a little bit too young, but Gareth Barry was a wonderful footballer. Absolutely unappreciated. He was brilliant. I love Gareth Barry, and I think he did so much work. Basil was class. It's bang on, Louis. He did so much work, and I got a subscriber for that too. I'm glad you all appreciate it. So much work that was underappreciated. It's just his name, Gareth Barry, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, he was just pure, boring James Milner stuff, but, such an intelligent footballer. And he's got more pace than Gareth Barry, so I loved him. I absolutely loved him. Without him, we would not have achieved what we did. Some people are, I'm definitely not too young. No, I'm not, mate. I'm 36, but some people are too young watching this. He was a silent genius. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. I loved him. I thought he was... It's mad how many people thought he wasn't a good footballer, but he did all the legwork that Yaya wouldn't do, basically. Sorry. Blow my nose again. Hay fever. Sean, do I think Haaland will take penalties next year? Yes, absolutely, mate. I can see Haaland. Well, he's got something like 24 out of 26 in his career, so he's got a really good strike rate on penalties. He scores pens. Of course, he misses pens because he's human. No, apparently he's human. That's a rumor. He's actually a robot. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Let's get the likes up on the video if you don't mind. A lot of people are asking about the shirt constantly. Of course they are. Has your source anything? Asked Kevin De Bruyne. I always wonder, do you ever wonder if the players are actually just just actually using their names, and they're always like, they don't believe it's me. Kevin De Bruyne, you are my source. There's a room for it. No, he's not. I don't know Kevin De Bruyne. But yeah, I mean, I like. I don't know my source is anything. No, I don't know anything at all. I've heard no rumours whatsoever. So all I heard was about Haaland being done a few months back, and I believed it. So yeah, don't forget I have done my own kit review on my channel. Did a whole version of the kit review. So go watch that afterwards if you want to, where you get my verdict on it a lot more. But it's lovely. What do I make of the Joao Felix stuff? Joao Felix is great. Another very good player. Like, I'm not sure he's necessarily what we need, but I wouldn't say no to Joao Felix. I mean, after Alvarez and Haaland, though, it feels a bit much. Because, that's more of a false nine thing, and we're going away from that. But, yeah. Do you think Pep extends? Yes, I do think Pep extends. I just think he's probably just... I think Pep's been a little bit awkward with that, actually. I think he's just been awkward intentionally. Like, everyone's asking... oh, when are you going to extend? And I think he's been a little bit like, I'll do it when I want to. Piss off. You know what I mean? In terms of I don't think he likes to answer to people sometimes. So I think it's very much a pride thing. Like, just, I'll do it when I get around to it, man. Stop bugging me. Which I think is probably rarely what's going on. To be honest, I don't really have another choice for a fullback signing, Lewis. I don't really have a preference. Like, I don't think there's many great fullbacks around. I mean, Theo Hernandez, of course, is the one at left back, but are we going to sign him? Probably not, man. I don't think so. Lodi, maybe? Yeah. Alf said, I just spoke to my mate, he's been a season ticket holder at Ellen Road, and he's been for years. He said straight up that Phillips could easily be as good as Rodri. He says he's watched him home and away since he's made his debut. Yeah, maybe it could be, man. Either way, I do know I don't think sometimes we all appreciate just how much Guardiola does to a player. I think it's crazy. I think he's honestly, Guardiola changes people massively. I'm reading a little bit here on the aggregators, by the way, about Jack Grealish, which is interesting. I'll jump over to here. I'll refresh this a little bit. It's interesting news about Grealish. His agent's been talking. He said on whether they pay crazy money. He said, I don't think you're going to ask that in 2 years. You're going to see how good he is. City have a different style of play to what he was used to. He's still learning how to play that way. City style is very special and different to other teams. Jack is not used to it. It will take time. Apparently, staff have no complaints about Grealish. Guardiola's coach is still regard Grealish as a standing player. Will be a key part of the City team for many years to come. I agree. I absolutely agree, man. I absolutely agree. I do think that's an interesting little bit of information there. But I agree. I think it'll take time. I think we've already started to see signs as well with Grealish that he's got obviously all that quality whatsoever. I don't like dark mode, Sergeant Tom. I hate dark mode. I hate it. I'm slightly colourblind. I don't know if it's something to do with that, but I don't like looking at white text on black. I just don't like it. I prefer black on white. I look at white text on black and it becomes a blur for me. I just don't like it at all. I can do it, but I just don't like it. Honestly, how I feel. It pops out more for me. Thoughts on Tyreek Mitchell? He looks like a good player. Yeah, I don't know if he'll go there, but Grealish has been brilliant of late. He has been brilliant of late. I've got a lot of time for Jack Grealish. I think he's a really nice guy. He's growing in confidence. If anything, weirdly, he's accused of being really arrogant. I think he's probably too humble. As a player, I think his style has been too subservient to the team. I think he's been too aware of how he's meant to be and what he's meant to be doing. I think, largely it's something to do with that. I think basically... probably need to give him a little bit of time. We have been giving him time, of course. I do think he's going to come good. I've got no doubt whatsoever. I think he's a brilliant footballer. But once he gets a little bit more confidence of his role in the system, once he realises what he's meant to be, and he realises that he does actually stand alongside these Man City players as someone actually equal and willing and deserved to be there, then I think we'll see a different version of him. I would like Cucurella, by the way, simply because they like the idea of signing someone like Cucurella and getting essentially a winger in, an actual left-footed, left-sided player, because he will overlap. And I think the space that will create then, the idea, I'll let me find these stats again. I'll go back over here. I found the stats the other day about Cucurella, which that got me really a little bit hyped for him. The idea of signing him. Where are they? I'm going to try and find them now. Here we go. I'll jump back over here again. So, I saw these the other day. Most chances created from open play by fullbacks in the Premier League this season. Yeah, look where Cucurella is. He's joint second after Alexander-Arnold. and most tackles as well. But that's the thing that really impresses me about him. His chance creation that's good. Now imagine all of a sudden when we've got Haaland there as well, like Erling Haaland, someone who's willing to get on the end of these crosses and all that kind of stuff. That's just, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I mean, I love the idea of someone who can do that, play out wide, and create a bit of space in the middle, man. Like, he creates space for people like Grealish and like De Bruyne and Bernardo, because he'll do the overlapping, meaning they can come inside, man. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's encouraging. Return to the 3-5-2? Oh, maybe, man. I don't like 3-5-2 personally, but we'll see. City, man, I appreciate the super chat. Big fan of you, and you seem like a great guy. Make sure just not cursing your videos. I think some fans might watch your videos next to their parents. I'm sorry, I can't promise you that, mate. I'm 36. I'm an adult. These videos aren't for kids. I'm sorry, they're not. I'm an honest. I've talked football, and I talk deeper things than football as well. Occasionally I won't, but sometimes I will, because that's how I talk. Sorry, mate. I appreciate it, suggestion, but that's just who I am. It's like, kids should be watching my videos, and I guess is what I will say, because I'm not here to talk to kids. I'm here to talk to adults. But basically, 3-5-2. I'm not really sure. I appreciate the suggestion, by the way. I do understand what you're getting at, but I swear, that's it. Like, it's just who I am, and I always have done. And football's full of it. But also, I would never take your kids to a football game then, because you're going to hear much worse than that than what I would say at a football game. Trust me. We're not really here. Yeah, well, we are sometimes. I just don't see the point of Felix. Yeah, I mean, I don't see the point of Felix either. I'm not even sure that will happen either, to be honest. I mean, Felix doesn't seem like something that we'll need anytime soon, and I can't really see that changing. Forcing Jed Spence, I know absolutely nothing about him, mate. I know his name and that's it, but I've not watched a single game he's played. You're on about the Forest guy, aren't you? Nah, I've heard his name mentioned about on Twitter, but I've not watched him, so I can't really commentate on him. He seems to be a really good player. I don't know, but that's it. That's all I can say. Some guy keeps asking me to give them a shirt, mate. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. Like, I've got a baby to pay for and a house to pay for and a mortgage to pay for, so I can't afford to buy you shirts. Sorry, pal. Get a cheap one off DHgate. Go on DHgate and get a knockoff one. They're really cheap on there, man. Would Mitrovic score 10 league goals next season? Of course he will. I think he will anyway if he plays enough games. Much more than 10? I don't know. Mitrovic is that kind of player where he'll either score you'll score 40 in the Championship and then 15 in the Premier League. That's kind of his level. All the Reds don't like the red in the kit. Look, honestly, this red has been Manchester City's kits for years. It's maroon, or a burgundy colour, whatever, but it's been like this for years, man. Like, I'm not worried about a little bit of red in the kit. It's part of City's heritage, a part of who City are. And I think a lot of people who are younger don't realise it's always been a Manchester City thing. It's a burgundy colour, and I love it. One of my early memories of kits are having this colour in there. So I love seeing this at City. I love seeing it a little bit back, and I think it adds a nice look. I like those three colours in general. White, blue, and the burgundy and maroon. It's lovely. We've had full kits. Some of my favourite kits have been that colour as well when I was growing up and stuff. So how much do you think Alvarez will play next season? Asked Sean, mate. That's a good question. Alvarez. Well, you've got to consider next season. That we're going to have five substitutes available. So there's a chance for him to get on the pitch quite a lot, which is really useful. Even if it's just for 10 minutes here and there, I do think we're going to see him on the pitch, which is good. I would say he probably ends up starting 20 games next season. I think he might do more. Who knows? It depends how well he settles. He could start a lot. He could start barely anything. But he could be used as much in the way that Ferran Torres is used, and he might be fine with that. But then he might also be used a lot more. Yeah, Pep might not make the subs, it's true. But we'll see. I hope he does next year, by the way. Because there was times where it felt like Gundogan and Jesus barely played for months at times. And people like that, and then rotate more, man. There's times where certain players were just left on the bench for a while, and it didn't really feel necessary to me. Just rotate more. Get them on the pitch, get everyone fit, get everyone going, and keep everyone healthy. I want to see Alvarez play a lot. But once again, it depends. It depends entirely how much game time he gets. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Alvarez on the wing a little bit. It's hard to say. It depends how he settles. He could be one of those people who hits the ground running, or he could be one of those people who takes a little bit of time. What I will say is that because he's not been signed as an immediate first-team player, and what I mean by that as a starter, he's been signed to be a squad player. Because he's been signed to be a squad player, I can't see him getting thrown in an awful lot to be given a chance to settle, if that makes sense. I think they'll be a lot calmer about him. Like where Haaland's going to start the first 10 games in a row because he's Haaland, he won't. So you might take a little bit longer to adapt. But at the same time, you might come in and be wonderful in training. He might be great off the bench. He might be great in the Community Shield. He might be great in the friendlies. Guardiola might go, I love this guy. I absolutely love him. And he might just get a lot of games, man. It also depends who goes, doesn't it? Like right now, we're looking down at the squad and we're seeing what it is. But who knows what that squad's going to be? It could be very different by the time the season started. Like Mahrez might not be here. Jesus might not be here. Like, well, they probably will be. But like, Sterling could go. Like, so many very good players could go. So until we know the answers to that, it's very difficult. The way Pep spoke of Alvarez leading to believe he'll have more of a role than people think. Look, he's been brought in to be part of the squad. So there we go. Can he play on the wings? Says Ask Goat Talk. Yeah, he can play on the right quite a bit apparently. So he seems to be one of those kind of players who plays anywhere across the front line. He can play as a striker. Yeah, I think he'd be excellent. Would the lap on loan to Southampton be a good career move for him? Get him to Brighton. That's what I would say. But yeah, I think you would need a loan. I think you would. Guys, let's try and get to 61,300, by the way. There's 566 people watching. There must be 6 who haven't subscribed. So please do hit the subscribe button. Let's do it on this video now. It'll roll up live as we do it. So let's get to 61,300. We can do it together right now. Go, go, go. Up, up. I'm wishing it up. Go up, subscribers. Dark's asking, can Aston Villa beat or draw with Man City? They can indeed. That was my phone buzzing there. They possibly can. They can. Will they? I don't know. It's possible. It's unlikely, but don't want some for the bands because he'll forget to do it. The guy you keep asking me about, Spence, I already mentioned. I don't know much about him, so there we go. Alvarez is poison. Why is Alvarez poison, man? He seems like a nice lad. What are you on about, pal? I think you're just trolling there, aren't you? If we don't put 4 past Villa on Sunday, we don't deserve to win the league. Well, yeah, we do. What if you put 1 and win 1-0? Then we won the league. So I'm not sure that's particularly fair or true, pal. But yeah, of course we deserve to win the league if we beat Villa. To what it's worth, look, I think City will be great. I think they'll come out and absolutely be all over them. Like, I've generally got very little doubt that they will be. Like, yeah, I think they'll be up for it. I genuinely think they will be. I think they'll be really aggressive. I think they'll be alive, and I think they'll run at them. I think City will be alive, man. I'm looking forward to it. I've got an awful lot of time for this City side, and I honestly think they'll come out, and I wouldn't be surprised if they batter Aston Villa. I also can't wait for Grealish to call Haaland his little Norwegian mate. Big Erling. Can't wait for Jack to ask his little Erling in. God hell, yeah. That'll be interesting, won't it? How do you like the kit next season? I love this kit, mate. I love it. Absolutely. This could be a very famous City kit, couldn't it? It could be an all-timer City kit, man. It could be the kind of City kit that, we remember forever. That we remember forever. Like, it's an iconic one, potentially. If we do things that we want to do in it, man. If we do, we could get very, very lucky. 3 more subscribers, we can do it. Villa will only have 40 hours rest before Sunday game. Yeah. Look, the way it is, I think Villa will come out with the intentions of being really professional. They'll come out really focused. Of course they will. But I think, knowing humans, I think by 20 minutes later, if City are all over him, do I really think Aston Villa will care enough to be like, is it really worth the effort? I don't think they will be. I won't be surprised if eventually they do the job, but they're not breaking the backs because, like, why would they be, man? Why would they be? What's their motivation? I think City will be bombarding them from every single angle. If you get an early goal, I think there'll be a slaughtering. If you get an early goal, I wouldn't be surprised if City end up winning by 5 goals. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised. Would anyone else be surprised? Like, if it's a bit of a battering, especially if Walker and Stones are back, man, that changes everything for us. Look, we've had a week off. The players going to be fresh. They're going to be alive. It could be that we just go at them. And essentially, this is a cup final, man. Like, we played Aston Villa in a cup final before. We beat them. We played Watford before, of course, in a cup final. We beat them. And the only cup finals we're very good in under Guardiola. Other than Champions League, of course, we tend to win cup finals, you know. So this is a cup final at home with the players rested, with Aston Villa tired, with Aston Villa nothing to play for, apart from the manager, but, you know, the manager's not on the pitch, apart from one of the players. I don't think we'll be too bad. One more subscriber. Go on, we can do it. We can do it. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay. I hope so, because I want a parade, you know. I want City being glorious. You know, I want to see all that kind of stuff. It'll be good. I was confident, Abhishek, man. I was. I think we'd still win even without Stones and Walker, but obviously that's a really, really nice little boost if they're available, doesn't it? Grealish wins Premier League rumours 25 million to wins Premier League rumours 25 million to Villa. I think that's nonsense, if I'm being honest, mate. I've seen that going around, and I actually think it's probably nonsense, City man. But yeah, it's the rumour going about, but there's no way 25 million. There might be a small performance bonus in it, maybe a few million, but it won't be 15 or 25 million if it's there. It could be there, though. It could be there. It could be that there is a performance. It's not unusual, by the way. It isn't unusual. Like, player to play X amount of games in the league, and then if they win the Premier League, they get a performance bonus. Genuinely, that's a very normal thing. It won't be 25 million. There's no way it's 25 million. But yeah, it could be something like that. Is it 25? It could be 25 pounds maybe. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few million in it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So that's where we're at, and it's very interesting to see how it goes, isn't it? Like, look, we got to become confident. We're Man City, man, and we got a wonderful team that are resting for a week, that have got one job left to do, that do not want to taste the disappointment. They don't want to taste disappointment after the Madrid game. They don't want to let people back into that, man. That's why they're going to be all over it. One more subscriber again. We're so close. Zach, mate, I've got no idea about Haaland's number. Zach, no idea, pal. You have to see who goes. If Jesus goes, it'll be number 9, of course. We'll have to see, mate. We'll have to see. So yeah, like I'm confident. We're Manchester City. Villa are a decent side, but we're a better side. Like, I think that's it. You know, we've got something to play for. They've got nothing to play for. We're a fantastic side. We're brilliant. You got to trust them, man. You got to trust them. You got to trust them, and I do trust them. They'll do it. They'll do it. I'm almost certain. I'm very, very certain. The odds are telling. You know, they're really, really telling. Also, no one's talking about bloody. I know Liverpool are going to win, but everyone's definitely writing off Wolves. But the reason everyone's writing off Wolves is the same reason that everyone probably should be writing Aston Villa off, because they're a very good side, Liverpool. But so are we, if that makes sense. I don't want. We did it. Yes, 61,300. Thank you. Yo, man. Cheers. There we go. We got there. You beautiful people. Thank you. Yay. Woo, woo, woo. Can I go wild? Campeones. Ole, ole, ole. Shirt, there we go. I'll show you the shirt a bit more. Get the feet up. Oh, nice shirt, isn't it? It's got this bit on the back there. Right, I don't like how it stops there, though. You know what I mean? How it stops at the back. That's a bit weird. Anyway, I can see that the wife is nearly home, so I'm going to end it there. Big love to all of yous. Go watch my kit review. My kit review is available to watch right now over on my channel. Where is it? I go to my channel right now. I've got my little kit review. Where I talk about the kit a lot more and show some details and stuff like that. I'll jump over to here. You know, there, look, I'll show you the kit there. It's just, this is my kit review video. Oops, that's the wrong thing to move. Do that, go watch it. It's there. That's the one. Go and click that and go and watch it. Right, you're all men. You're all lovely. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go and greet the wife when she gets home and give her a little pregnant belly a rub and say hello to my loved ones. I love you all loads. Subscribe, like, comment, usual stuff, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another video in a bit. Come on, you blues. Bye-bye.